Hey RVers and future RVers, it's Fantastic Friday today and we've got a fantastic motorhome to cover. The 2024 Thor Omni SV34. I'm Mikey B with Beckley's RVs. Let's go rip into this awesome coach. All right, before we get into this big sucker, this awesome Super C, I've got to start with a few features on the outside, and one of my favorites is this right here. It's on an F600 chassis, which is just dynamite, massive amount of capacity out of this sucker for loading and towing. But the fact that it's teamed up with a Power Stroke diesel to give us that torque, that power to go up the hills, down and everywhere, including even if we were towing something heavy. But the drivability of this chassis, the sturdiness of it, gives me a ton of confidence behind the driver's seat and actually a lot of comfort, almost as if it's just my normal daily driver out on the highway. So if you're shopping Class A's, Class C's, you definitely have to throw this one in mix, as in get behind the driver's seat and go take a stroll with it. All right, let's get to some of the more fun features. Well, we talk about driving these things, they're big, there's an intimidation factor. No fear, we have side cameras, and you'll see here in a little bit of backup camera. So as we're doing lane changes and flip our blinker, we're gonna be able to have that visibility down the side and give us full confidence to do a lane change in the busiest of highways. Moving to the side here, this is my patio partio time, man. Check out that massive size awning that we have here. Now, of course, it's not fully extended, but I have all kinds of area here to be able to call it my patio time. And patio time wouldn't be without a couple things, right, guys? We have a TV on the outside to be able to throw on some of our favorite channels and while we're sitting out here at the picnic table. And of course, a little bit of beverage time too with our patio time. We have a little cleanup with the sink here. We have a refrigerator to be able to give us all that wonderful ability to have a comfortable area out here. But hey, you do have to make sure you have that storage too. This is just one of them, but there's plenty of storage around the perimeter of this motorhome to be able to pack all those goodies that you want to take along with you. All right, let's finish in the back here. And as I mentioned, we have a backup camera. So like the turn signals, when you go left or right, flip that blinker, when you shift in reverse, we have an awesome amount of space here that we'll be able to see, especially at night or in those small, tight areas when you're backing up in your campsite. And hey, you wanna get something to take along with you, like a dinghy or maybe like a toad, as they call it, or a trailer with some fun, maybe motorcycles and things on it. We have a big hitch here that's, gosh man, I think it's like 12,000 pounds. So you have plenty of power and plenty of ability to get any of those vehicles behind you and make that camping weekend that much more fun. All right, we're inside this fantastic coach, this beast of a floor plan along with the chassis and everything else. It's a must see. It's again the 2024 Thor Omni SV34. We got to start up front. Again, this Ford chassis, unlike its smaller brother that's on the E350 and E450, this is a F600 chassis that's just so stout. You've got the horsepower, but more importantly, you have over 800 pounds of torque. That's almost rivals your normal Class A diesel motorhomes out there with the Cummins engine. But what you're gonna find in this that you're not gonna find in any other of those diesel motorhomes or even the Class A's, 4x4. So if you go off the trail or you're out at maybe at a race out in the pasture, so to speak, and guess what? You've got four-wheel drive to help get you through that muddy terrain. But with the transmission, the 6.7 liter Power Stroke, the 4x4, man, this sucker is a dream to drive and again, just stout to be able to go anywhere and everywhere. But before we leave the cockpit, I just want to again point out just the ergonomics of all this stuff. We've got a radio, we've got a nice steering wheel with your controls on the front, and as I mentioned outside, that backup camera, so to give us that visibility to be able to back into our campsites with maybe if you don't have any extra assistance. All right, let's get into this floor plan and all the cool features that it has. Starting up front, of course, with the Class C, you have the cab over the driver and passenger seat. which I love, especially growing up camping, having a lot of kids around camping with me, or just, man, when you start camping, you all of a sudden the friends start coming out of the woodworks, and they're gonna want to come and catch that bug of that RV lifestyle. So you have a nice, I'm gonna say probably a queen size bed up here that you can easily sleep 2 adults or a couple kids. I'm sure the kids are gonna come along, they're gonna wanna claim this as their little spot and close off the curtains and call it the day. We also have an entertainment, I guess, side of this cab over bed. We can swing this out, and now we have a nice visibility for some of our evening shows. But the cool thing about this that I love, it's got some great lighting, it's got cup holders and storage up front, but as you notice, it's even got a window, so by day we get some natural light. I'm gonna switch here real quick. But at night, just a push button, as you can see, goes down. Now we've got our privacy going on, so we can get a nice sleep at the campsite. All right, so now we're moving into the living part of this coach. As you can see above, like to the sides here up high, we have tons of storage that we're going to be able to utilize and maximize, taking all those goodies. And Thor's even done a lot of small things, like throwing some drawers underneath the dinette to be able to stow a bunch of stuff. But sitting is, of course, a nice like togetherness. So if you have some people at the dinette, you have the nice theater seating here. So we could really have a cool, like, little conversation, happy hour, excuse me, vibe going on with this floor plan. It's very conducive of kind of section things off and have a meal, or again, like a few drinks. But anyway, other than the theater seating, like I said, you have the booth. The booth can lay down into a bed if you need. It's real easy. You lower the table down and bring your cushions to make a full bed. So all the seating, and you're gonna see some more sleeping area along with this in here in the back. We also have to worry about, like, seat belts. So no fear. Thor's equipped this motorhome with plenty of extra seat belts, so you have that safety aspect to this floor plan to be able to bring everybody with you. And one side note, that it's kind of hard to see at this angle, Nick's gonna come around here in a sec, but we even have a leveling system for this motorhome. So turn it on, push a button, you got auto level at your fingertips, so that way you can go and do something else. All right, let's switch sides. We're gonna go into the kitchen. Love this kitchen. It's very, very, I don't know what I'm gonna say, very, very thought out as far as how it's laid out. So we have the kitchen island, or like kind of a peninsula here to give us some back counter space to throw some of our appliances and stuff. Like, for example, here you can pull this out and plug in your favorite coffee pot and get some brew going. We have an induction stove and a propane stove top, so it gives us that ability to obviously mix and match based on if you're cooking vegetables, or maybe a stew, or getting some noodles going. And of course, you also have your microwave convection over top too, to even get into some other types of cooking. So man, check this out. Like, seriously, you could have like 5 different courses going at one time. And don't worry about the storage. Again, as I mentioned up top, but we also have all this storage, even like some pull-out drawers to throw in some nice utensils and stuff. It's really well thought out. We have all these drawers and storage down here too, that we can maximize all those pots and pans and things that we need. But hey, you're gonna have to have the storage, right? Look at how massive this refrigerator and freezer is to be able to stow all those goodies for you, so you can get into to making some dynamite camping meals. Here's our bathroom. Nice use of the space here. We have, of course, plenty of cabinetry to hide all our toiletries, and especially if we're bringing 6-8 people in this coach that it brags to sleep, you're gonna need the space. And the shower is a nice round corner shower to give you that plenty of elbow space to get a good hot shower on those camping trips. All right, moving to the back, the sleeping area, the main quarters, if you will. Check how big this bed is. It's a king bed. It is definitely going to keep me nice and comfortable and cozy for those camping weekends, and tons of storage over the head of the bed. We even have some music speakers back here. We can pipe in some music if we want to. nightstands with electric and 12 volt to be able to charge up whatever we want to charge up. And the neat thing about this bed too, now check me out. I've got it elevated to where I can kick out my feet. I've got a nice tilt to the bed so I can kind of rest and watch some TV and chill out, or maybe just read a book. This is so killer of an option. I'm thinking of maybe even putting it in my house. But hey, we also have all the storage on this side too, with some drawers that we can throw in some of our clothing and etc. So I'm telling you, this is a fantastic floor plan. Not just a beast underneath with the chassis, but just the awesome layout that they've really been able to do in just 36 feet of this coach. So you don't have to go and get a big diesel motorhome to be able to get the diesel chassis, or I should say the diesel engine and all that torque. So again, the 2024 Thor Omni SV34. All right, so what do you think? Thumbs up, pretty cool floor plan that you can see yourself getting into. And there's tons of stuff that we didn't even get to touch today, like the inverter, the generator, the heating and air conditioning. So definitely give you some homework. You gotta get into some of these specifications and features beyond what we talked about today. Just immerse yourself with this coach. It's, again, the 2024 Thor Omni SV34. It's pretty unique, it's pretty cool, it's fantastic. I'm Mikey B with Beckley's RVs. Give us some love, smash that subscribe button, and please comment below. We want to hear from you what you think about the floor plan, any questions that you have, or perhaps any features that you want us to dive in further. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. We'll see you around at the campsites.